Konnichiwa! I am Jack Wonderland Frost, host of the Troublesome Times podcast. Unscripted, unedited, all done in one take. Because it's so easy, right? And why don't I just do it too? Oh man, I don't even know how I made it through this August. August seems to be that time, that month of the year for me, where everything comes crashing down for me. You ever seen Spy Hard? If you haven't, I recommend that movie. At the ending of Spy Hard, don't want to spoil it because it's really funny. That's dead ass what it's like for me in August. And one of the reasons is I have so many buddies who have birthdays in August. I'm pretty sure somewhere, without my knowledge, they have all fought with each other on who's going to get a birthday video. Well, joke's on them. Yeah, that's pretty much not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, I'll do the birthday video, but on your actual birthday, do actual fun stuff, go out, have a good time. Or if you choose to do said birthday video, whatever, at least you can enjoy on your birthday and I don't have to stress too much about it. Anyway, another thing is I have finally gotten everything straightened out more than I could. And I don't know if I can get further into that because nobody wants to hear adulting on the internet, right? We go to the internet, on social media, on streaming services, and the occasional online forum just to stop adulting for a while. Is that right? Man, I just had a heart-to-heart with, a few locals around here. So thank God I don't have to do actual warm-ups. I don't know, for me, when I do warm-ups, it's a lot easier if I sing or if I just talk to someone. Doesn't matter how. Really, really helps with that. So I may sound a little off more than usual. I just want to give my own update. I guess this is another filler episode. But yeah, I have been just brushing up on my literary skills. And funny enough, the circumstances I'm in right now were exactly why I took my first hiatus, and which I didn't even know was going to be permanent. But you know what? I am way too far into this to suddenly stop now. Looks like I do underestimate myself sometimes. Let me see. Adulting. Well, let me see. What? I mean, I'm old enough to be adulting. Yes. Let me see. I make my own money. I got buddies I need to keep being buddies with. I have family I need to appreciate. The ones that are not toxic as hell. Don't worry. I mean, I got good people in my life. And then there's my pet, Courage. Absolutely love the hell out of her. Man, oh man. It's very lovable little thing. I have a very, I don't know, all kinds of animals. I mean, if you hear that, that's just me hopping around, or trying my best not to hop around. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. Yes, I know somewhere along the line you're probably, and yeah, actually, before I forget, I know I usually say this at the end of the video, or around the last 5 minutes of a said stream. But please, it's very important to pet your dog, your cat, your turtle, your hamster, your guinea pig, whatever you have, your ferret, bearded dragon, because they have senses too. They have nerves, so they'll feel that pet. always pet your pet. And why? Because unconditional love is definitely a thing. And what best way to reciprocate that unconditional love is to pet your pet. Yeah, so that's what I always do. I mean, I'm like, pet your dog for me, pet your cat for me. I don't know. This is what I think we, with animals and pets, we just don't deserve them. They're just the things we don't deserve, and you know what? You just gotta show your love like they love you. Okay, so I was gonna make this a little more exciting, but you know what? This thing I'm getting into, this thing that I'm reading, it's like I completely understand it. Problem is, I mentioned this briefly, kind of my whole diving into Resident Evil 4, the original. I do mention, and a lot of people do say, that I'm way too smart I'm way too smart to really be friends with. And sometimes I don't feel that way, but considering all the stuff I do read and I had read at the time periods, well, at my age, I should say, how young I was when I read some advanced stuff, and some of the things I do know about and things I learned about, I do get that for a lot of people, they would completely have no idea how to process what they're reading. And so I'm reading this, I completely get it. I did quote it recently, well, and then make it into a motivational image. But I'm thinking, what if I could try my best to express my opinion and make my take on this said topic, and I could make it in a way that's entertaining to understand. I mean, that's the thing. It seems like a lot of stuff people will know is that they'll make it entertaining. And I want to tackle that on. I mean, this is actually very fascinating stuff to listen to. And I think if I could explain it in a way that the majority could, I'm not implying anyone's smarter than or dumber than anyone, but if I could make it in a way where it is something that you could learn new about, it's like, oh, I get it. I feel smart now. It's like, you don't feel smart because you are smart in your own way. And that's another thing people don't really know, is that everybody does have a different way of learning. Everybody there's different tics that get people to really, really get engaged in. And I'm just thinking, I could do something like this. I mean, maybe it's kind of odd. Oh, and I just learned what a Zoom is. Zoom, very revolutionary. And why do I say that? Because there was an option where you could turn on closed captions. And during this whole, live webcam interactions, it will automatically do closed captions, and you'll be able to catch up what people are saying. And I'm just thinking, why doesn't YouTube try to do something like that for live streams? Because think about it, I think that's why a lot of live streams don't do as hot as pre-made videos. Because it does lose a part of an audience that is unable to hear or understand what people are saying throughout the whole time. And it can go a little fast paced. And, YouTube could try if it wants to, but it doesn't seem like to be going in that direction. Whatever, I understand it's not easy, but it would be most greatly appreciated if that day ever comes. I mean, it's better than nothing. Oh, and their whole auto-generated thing is decent. But, I don't know, it's kind of weird because it doesn't have proper punctuation and grammar. And that's another thing that impressed me with Zoom, is that Zoom did do that. I mean, I guess like the reason why it's a big deal is like there is people that are hearing impaired. There are people who are learning a second language. There are people who want to better focus on what they're watching. And I think that should be more of an option. But good thing I can do it half the time. Anyway, I had so much in my head, but I'm doing good. I'm gonna do really good. Yeah, and it's very interesting because about nearly a decade ago, I used to get very overwhelmed by the tiniest amount of inconvenience. And it's just, as I get older, some people just take the advantages they have for granted. I don't. I couldn't. I appreciate, all the good stuff that does happen to me. And, I just wish it could happen to everybody, but I know it happens. So, whenever I know I could make someone's day better in a way, I just jump at that. Even if it's something small, like, I like your hair, I like your shirt, I like your dog. Oh, I like that thing, I think I'm gonna check it out. I want to hear that song, can I check it out? That's just, I learned something that's pretty interesting. Anyway, I know I'm going a little on and on and on. It seems like when people don't hear from me for too long, my stuff will be blown up. But yeah, so this is a whole I am still alive thing. I am still functioning, adulting properly thing. But let's see. I do enjoy it. I enjoy a lot the majority of what I do. Yeah, is it a lot of work? Like, do you know this is pretty much me on here? The only time I really had any help is really from Keystar's voice actor. And that's because, man, I know I can do a lot of stuff, but it's more fun when you're about to do a project with probably a lot of characters at once. It's starting around 7 or 8. And it's great to hear, like, someone else's, like, whole different portrayal of something you made. I mean, that is gonna be wild. But, yeah, I can do a lot of stuff the best to my abilities, and it's not easy. Not at all. I'm not gonna deny it. It is a lot of work. I also make my own thumbnails. I mean, maybe it's not top tier quality or typical YouTube quality, but you know what? It's mine. People like it, had liked it, had enjoyed it, and I think it holds up pretty well. And then, another thing I do during the video making process is watching things and then editing them in a way where instead of playing it continuously unedited with just the audio muted, I can maybe like move around parts and make it like a completely different thing. And then when people do find the source of whatever I'm using, they're going to see like how like altered it was in a way when I do like my own kind of thing. So I think some people are probably wondering, what is my favorite video out of all the channels? Well, that's pretty hard. Because pretty much all the videos I try to do are stuff that I do enjoy, and I do enjoy researching, and I do enjoy learning about things I probably haven't learned before, and finding the music that matches the tone of the said video. And seeing a bunch of funny clips and memes, and then sometimes some of them are stuff I've seen a long time ago, and I can see from a whole different perspective. But if I had to pick what's my favorite moment when I'm doing the video making process, I will say it's when I have to watch, when it's one where it involves music videos. A lot of, like, okay, so it's kind of a strange answer. Yeah, sure, probably. But, yeah. So, yeah, this is like maybe more of a typical podcast live stream thing as usual. But again, this is like a filler update kind of video podcasting. So, you can just hear how the busyness of adulting has done to me. I know. Welcome to the adulting. Post-adulting day. Anyway. So, if I had to pick my favorite moments where I have to make a video, it will have to be ones where that involve music, because while I find the said footage that would be good for a video, most of the time I end up watching music videos. And what's fun about music videos is that, like, what you probably picture in your head in the song and what the band or the musician has imagined their version of a video and a song, or they just don't care and have fun, that is very interesting to hear. And then I can just play it in the background and nobody will bat an eye or question it. So it's pretty good. It's like, oh, what do you guys think of this? I was like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you picked something that doesn't have a lot of cursing or a lot of smack talk, and nothing so loud and nothing so mean and nothing so vulgar and nothing so boring and nothing so screechy, blah, blah, blah. I get it. If you want a certain kind of music, I got pretty much everything. You don't like country? Fine, we won't watch country. You don't want to listen to rap? Fine, we won't watch rap, but you are missing out. You don't want to listen to hip-hop or R&B? Fine, whatever. Still missing out. You don't want to listen to musicals? Okay, but good luck. Good luck trying to not hear a song from a musical or a movie. Yeah, so, yeah, it's fun because I get to listen to music. And then next thing I know, I'm watching a bunch of 80s pop music videos for 3 hours straight. Wow, man. They were wild. Why the hell? Well, actually, they probably are thinking that out. Why the hell in the 2000s are they wearing all those, doing that to their hair and their makeup? And why are the men wearing earrings and blah, 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 and eyeliner? And then, some of us are probably doing that. Oh, why are they all dressed and all sad and depressed, and they're wearing the eyeliner that's pink on their eyelid, and another one's like blue, and they're doing the contour. How come everything's so depressing? Got me. But you know what? If it's fire, I am willing to hear that. I mean, there are worse things that you could listen to. I mean, seriously, would you rather be in school and listen to somebody talk about, oh, I don't know, biology? How, like, the metaphorsis and the metaphorsis and the anaphase and the prophase. Maybe I'm getting that from a certain teeny bopper vampire romance movie, but my point still stands. I mean, God, would you rather listen to Sokotoa and A squared plus B squared equals C squared? Or hell, would you want to listen to Of Mice and Men and why George and Lenny had to part ways and then there's a bunny in between? Or would you rather read about a rich guy who's in new money and fell in love with a rich girl who is married to another rich guy and they had a kid together, and then somewhere along the way the rich husband has a side chick who's also married, but I guess they're poor, and then somehow the rich girl ends up killing the poor side chick and then gets blamed, and then the husband of the side chick found out that his wife was being a side chick, and then he thinks the new money rich guy killed his wife, and then proceeded to blah blah blah. I'm not going to reveal that. Don't want to reveal. I know that book's over almost 100 years old, but in case anyone cares, I'm not going to spoil the ending. You don't do that. You don't ever spoil endings. Because, if they're going to hate it, at least let them find it out on their own terms. And then, this whole thing is narrated by the cousin of the rich girl who says, I am the nice guy. I am pretty nice and I give everyone the benefit out. And he's just they're like, oh, this person is petty and that person is petty and this girl that I thought we were going to get married is also petty, and then my only friend is the new money rich guy, blah, blah, blah. Right? I mean, it's not the worst thing I could read, but you know what? I would at least like to have the choice. In and out. Or would you rather read about the Victorian era, how all the little kids are working in factories because they're orphans. And then it's or would you rather read something that's 500 years ago? And they're speaking in a language that is English, but it's old English. And so you're not going to understand that whatever the fuck they're saying, because the English from 500 years ago is nothing like the English that it is now. And then your teacher's like, don't you get it? No, none of us get it. What the fuck are they saying? Shut up. You don't say those kind of words here. Okay, so, and then, which one would you rather hear? Would you rather hear the one where the guy went insane? Or the one where the guy went insane because he killed a person? Or where everybody went fucking insane because a boy from one family and a girl from another family, and the families hate each other? And then they run off, and then fall in love, we're about to get married. Somehow, reckless shit happens. And then they all, everything, shit hit the fan. And they're like, you know what? We probably shouldn't hate each other anymore if it's going to come to this. Seriously. Would you rather hear all that very riveting stuff, fascinating and beautiful, lovely things, than music? Or maybe a podcast from your favorite entertainer? I think not. So, it's so easy, right? Yep, that's another week of troublesome times because nothing else can be done. But it's okay. Don't forget to pet your dog. Oh, wait, you don't have a dog? Your cat? Don't forget to pet your cat? Oh, you don't have either of those? Okay, then pet whatever you have. And then make sure to get all your errands done, your chores done. And please, 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 Don't forget to stay clean. I mean, am I meaning literally or figuratively? Up to you. But do it for your own sake. I know it's really, 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 absolutely not the most ideal way to spend your time, but it will be beneficial in the end. Okay? And of course, maybe you're working an office job right now, or you just want something to kill time. Okay? But remember, adulting means you have to get your priorities straight, even if you don't want to. But you know what? We're all gonna do okay. So, well, I can't wait to see what else is in store. Stay safe and have a good rest of your time.